Wilson.
Well, joining us now to talk about the actors and the movie business is Newsmax insider James Hirsen, our right man on the left coast. He writes the Left Coast Report. And James, according to some reports we've seen, this hack included personal information ranging from salaries to home addresses to social security numbers, and it stretches back as far as the year 2000.
Yeah, apparently they didn't have real strong security at Sony, and that's surprising because, look, there's only 6 major studios that control the entertainment content in Hollywood. Sony Pictures is part of a conglomerate that is a powerhouse, the Sony company, and apparently, they were able to get in there. And look, the executives at Sony say they're investigating, but in background, they're all but certain that the government of North Korea is the prime suspect for this hack, which makes it a different kind of a hack. It's different than just an entertainment hack or a social security hack. If in fact the North Korean government's involved, which the timing would indicate, their past actions would indicate, they had given threats over a specific movie, and the salaries that were disclosed included the salaries of the stars of the movie, The Interview, which is coming out Christmas Day, which deals with a comedic story about 2 tabloid reporters, essentially, who get an exclusive interview with the leader of North Korea, Kim Jong-un, and are recruited by the CIA to assassinate him, which Kim Jong-un himself did not like. So his government issued a letter to the UN, statements from their press agencies, and they called it an act of war. And this cyber attack is, if in fact the North Korean government is involved, is an act of war.
And he's also told everyone that they cannot have his name or they have to change it. Now, James, there's a group calling itself Guardians for Peace. Have you heard of this group? What can you tell us about it?
Well, the hacking group identified themselves with the hashtag GOP, Guardians of Peace. Now, that's a pseudonym. We don't really know who that is.
Are they affiliated with Korea?
Well, that's what they're investigating. Basically, there are private sector firms who have expertise in investigating these hacks, and the best in the world have been retained. I believe there are government officials now helping Sony because of this potential North Korean involvement. And what they believe is that what North Korea did in the past, North Korea hacked into 3 television stations in South Korea, some banks, and they did it by utilizing hackers in mainland China, in communist China. And that's what they believe was probably the case here. So the Guardians of Peace, the GOP, are probably a front. What happened is everyone at Sony goes into work and their computers would only display a glowing red skeleton. They could not use any computers. They had to use pen and paper. Can you imagine? And
my goodness.
Doesn't sound peaceful at all, James.
Well,
no, it's not peaceful. And really, there's no distinction. If somebody bombs, say, a building or a warehouse and destroys property, that is not different from a property attack using computers, because reportedly it's going to cost Sony close to $10 million just for the fix of the computers. The hackers leaked online motion pictures that had not been released, including.
And speaking of movies, maybe this will turn out to be a good movie, James. Listen, we're caught by the clock here. We're going to step aside for a minute. Then I guess we could call it James Hirsen, the sequel.
Yes.
We'll have